Let me just go ahead and rock and roll right into this. Welcome, all my poker bro and bro eds. It's your boy Bangarang over here. Old C Money at it once again. I know it seems like that I'm just so ignition focused, which I am, but I do love all my sites: Sportsbook, Global, America's, Card Room. I love them all. And definitely try to versatile my playing. So surprise, surprise, here we are on Sportsbook playing a little tournament. And as you can see, I am officially XX Rufio XX everywhere I go, including the classic Rufio icon. Cannot get any more iconic than that. That is my avatar online in the online world. Lost Boy for life. In charge when Pan's not around, which he never is. So that makes me, Mr. Bangarang, in charge, as always. So, here to destroy and bring the poker pain to my fellow poker bros. But unfortunately, it might just be on the contrary. I go ahead and raise it up finally with these pair of tens that I waited so long for, and I get re-raised pre-flop, and then I check and get a nice meaty bet into me, and I decide to lay it down. Now, I definitely could have been up against ace king, ace queen right there, and I think I might have been just because I waited so long for that pair of tens. I mean, I really picked up garbage, and unfortunately, it's still such an uncomfortable spot when you get re-raised. And then, whenever you get re-raised, you're at the point where if you don't draw anything but a 10, you're going to feel uncomfortable. And as you can see, my jacks went down to a cooler queens, and I was out of that tournament. So awesome. Yeah, I played tens and I played jacks, and I'm out. And I lost, and I got coolered, and that's how it goes. That's where money management, bankroll management comes into play. Longevity. And as much as I like to put all my poker eggs in one basket, you can just see that it's just not worth it. Although I do have that Huckleberry Finn going for the glory syndrome, and I want to play in the best qualifiers, the biggest games, the biggest prize pools, the biggest buy-ins, and I get hurt. I get hurt bad because I'm unfortunately like a poker kid in a poker candy store with these online sites where they just have every qualifier, every tournament you can imagine, and it's too much poker fun. So, if anything, I think I need to get scolded and schooled in management, bankroll management. And if I could just buckle down, whenever I do buckle down and just play within my role warrants, I always end up having a better time, a less stressful time. I usually always have better results. And I mean, what is this all about? Like for instance, Poker Sunday, this is yesterday. I take a beat down in all these tournaments, and they were not cheap. We're talking about really expensive tournaments. $20 tournament. Oh, $40 tournament. And the thing is, if you don't have a bankroll, you're buying in, you're depositing, you're buying in, and as much as it hurts me to say that, and to admit, but that is how the poker cookie crumbles. And unfortunately, when you're playing that way, you're probably not playing your best. You're probably playing desperate poker, and you're putting it all on the line. And what are you doing? Depositing $40, putting it on a $40 game? I mean, you deserve to lose if that's what you're doing. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And so just within that aspect, I deserve a harsh beatdown, and what's the definition of crazy is doing the same, thing over and over and expecting a different result. And, this is serious, this is business. This is entrepreneurship. This is self-control, this is bankroll management. And I'm failing at all of these. Oh, okay. Awesome. You're good at poker, Corey. Awesome. Very cool. But you're flunking out of all these other categories that go with the territory, like, for example, when I win $1,000 tournament, or when I win a tournament and win $1,000, I should really manage that $1,000 to the point where I get a lot of value out of that money. I shouldn't be broke depositing a week later, but that's reality. That's my reality as far as not having the self-control. All of a sudden I just want to play in a 50 and I'm buying into $150 and $100 tournament. And guess what? $1,000 doesn't last very long when you're playing that big of a tournament. And then you look back and you're kicking yourself thinking, what the fuck did I just do? Why did I do that? And it hurts. And then you're emotionally involved and upset, and you're on that downswing, downward spiral. And now you're building that south momentum, and it's not healthy for your body, mind, soul, or bankroll, or your personal life roll, or your poker mojo. And so, it's just really important to sustain and to balance and to stick with your guns and holster it and say, hey, I'm more mature than this. I can handle, and maybe that's why I'm not rich or have a lot of money or constantly don't have a role, when I fantasize about having one, is because I can't handle it. It's the same thing if you gave me a ton of money. I would probably mistakenly spend it, and I would probably lose $1 million within a month, because this is how I act when I have money. So, once again, it's like, when are you going to learn? Disappointed in yourself. How long can this go on for? Well, I'll tell you, it can go on for a lifetime, because here I am day in and day out making the same mistakes. And it may not even be the poker mistakes, may not be the hands that I play or don't play. No, once again, this is outside of the game, outside of the hands. This is what I'm choosing to play, for how much, how many games I'm choosing to play, and how I'm handling it, and everything that I just discussed. And it's super important. And that's why, personally, it's time that I document this, for better or worse, because when push comes to shove, it's like, I want to make a change, and I can't just want. I need to do. I need to do make the change. It's time to make the change. I'm making the change now, okay? And that's just how it goes. So, better late than never. Let's make these vlogs. Let's document what is truly happening. And like I said, I could be embarrassed. I could be looked down upon, frowned upon. I could beat myself up. No one wants to display the worst side of them. But, like they say, we have a shadow. All of us have a shadow, and it's casting half of ourselves onto the light side. So it's a balance act, and we all have to battle that shadow and embrace that light every day with everything that we do. And so this is where I'm at, and when did I start playing? When I was 18, 21, I'm 37. So I've been playing for 16, possibly 17, 18, 19, going on 20 years. And I had more success when I was first starting out than I do now. And you would think that it was the opposite. You, which is ironic, but you know, I was buckled down, I was sharp. I didn't have any of this outside thought or distraction. My body was pure. I didn't have any of these, broken, fractured bones, and my back hurts, my shoulder hurts, my fucking ankle hurts. I don't have any of that distractions. I don't have any ill intentions with the world. I don't have any desperate acts. I was just this kid that was fired up to make more than minimum wage by doing the hustle, the game, the magic, with my skill, and sure enough, some of my bigger scores, 3,000, 4,000, several times. And it felt good. I was like, hey, I'm going to play this. I'm going to make a living off of this. If I could just make more, if I can just make $10 an hour, that's the same as my minimum wage or more. And, I was hot heat. I was motivated, I was feeling the magic, and I was willing to put in the time, the effort, and the grind. And then fast forward, who knows, I have lost so many tournaments. I've lost so much money, and it doesn't have to be that way. Because when I do truly buckle down and I play within my bankroll and I can sustain those losses, I notice that my bankroll slowly grows. It grinds up, and it's nothing different than what I'm doing now, except I play within my role and I don't stray from those rules. If I have 20, 40, 60, 100, $300, I play $3 games, $3 games, $3 games, $3 singles, boom, 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 right? And then guess what? I lose 10 in a row and it's $30. I don't play $25 games, lose 10 in a row and it's $250. And now my 300 is down to $50 and I have two more $25 games. And at that point, it's like you don't even want to jump down because you're so far behind that the only way you're going to get back up. And then guess what? I'll show you in some sit and goes where my aces go down four-handed against the other short stack, and my monster hand goes down to a bad beat, and guess what? Again and again and again, and it just, I'm almost happy that it happens because it's the only way that I'm going to learn and make a difference. This hand right here is crazy. I wasted this tournament, and there was so much layover money in this qualifier that there was 8 players and 5 of us got $162 ticket, and I was one of the 3 people out of 8 that did not, because I raise folded and played 3 crappy hands and accidentally called with my 3s and combined it by shoving on the flop when I already know that it was just such a loser move. And guess what? I look back and I saw that there were 8 players, 5 people got $162 into the big Sunday tournament, got a ticket into it for $10, and the game was over in 12 minutes. And I was one of 3 people that did not. And I was like, wow, damn, Corey. And the thing is, I played like garbage. I completely deserved it. It was so tactless and just poor, pathetic play that I deserve to just take that and just look at that. There it is. 8 players, 5 tickets, 12 minutes. And I couldn't make it happen because I was playing garbage, desperate poker. And, there's a lot of good hands that I wanted to review on this Sunday Savage destruction, this Sunday slaughter, because I slaughtered, I don't know, what felt like $100 turning into $200 just deposit wasting, and just playing in all these qualifiers. And guess what? I played qualifier after qualifier after qualifier, and I did not play in one tournament. The good news is I stretched and I ran around laps around the park. I went to the gym. I did more exercising, 100 flight of stairs. I did the mile on the snow machine. I did a mile on the bike. I sweated it out. I worked out my arms, my body, my legs. I went for a swim. I went to the beach. I ate healthy, you know? And I had the best day ever. Here you go. Here's a prime example. This is an expensive tournament, and my ace king goes down to ace 10 like fucking trash. And here we are. My second played hand, which you will see is my last, ace queen versus queen deuce. And here's the shocker, deuce on the river. And I'm out like trout for another 40 or 50 bucks, just like that. Congratulations. You got it in best twice, which was not good enough. But that is not the problem. The problem is spending 40 or 50 bucks when you got 40 or 50 bucks, or when you have zero and you have to put it in 40 or 50 of your hard-earned US American dollars just so that you're ace king. And you're so excited. You're so excited that, you got it all in pre-flop with ace king versus ace 10. And then you're out and you're thinking, wow, that fucking sucks. Well, you know what? It would suck a lot less if it was a $1, $3, $5, $7, $8, $10 tournament, But it hurts. It hurts bad. It hurts real bad. Look at this. I have aces versus kings versus queen 9, and the guy hits, can you believe this? All in pre-flop, and he hits quad, and that's it for another 45. Game over. Once again, just for kicks and thrills, I'm going to leave you with some old school photos of old C Money back when he was just a young buck growing up, before he knew he was going to be this poker sensational. And when I mean a poker sensational, I mean 20 years of just losing his hard-earned money because he could not practice some of the most important aspects of the tournament, which is manage your bankroll, dude. Stop going for the glory and work hard and grind it out. You spent so many years and so much time playing. Why can't you just do it right? And it has nothing to do with the cards. I look back and I wish I could tell my younger self, hey, listen, younger self, this is what you need to do. You need to play within your bankroll. Here is what I've learned the most, which is don't play to win, play not to lose. Because guess what? The new school winning is not losing. And if I just play micro stakes within my bankroll and grind it up like a poker Jedi sensational that I feel that I am, none of this would happen. Imagine all the money that you saved if you never deposited. You're a poker pro. You don't deposit every day. You find yourself depositing every day. What are you? You're the fish. You're the sucker. You're the one that is losing its life. You're losing your time. You're losing your money. And you're hurting because you're not having any success. Every time you deposit 20, 40, 20, 40 to every site, what is happening? When will you learn? When will you say, this is enough? This is all I can take. I need to show myself and prove to myself, nobody else, okay? I don't care what anyone else thinks. What's important is me and how I feel during the day, at the end of the day, and I need to be able to be happy and proud of my decisions. And guess what? When I grind out that micro stakes and at the end of the day I came up, I'm so happy that I didn't lose it all.